Son of a bitch.
Groovy.
Hey everybody, this is Matthew Movies coming at you with my review of Home Alone, the 1990 family Christmas classic comedy that I think is actually good year-round, but still, you may be wondering to yourself, Matt, why are you reviewing this movie now? I mean, this is nowhere near Christmas. Why wouldn't you wait until a more seasonally appropriate time? And, that's a pretty valid question, but let me tell you why. I recently won a giveaway, and as a result, I got a copy of Home Alone 2 on Blu-ray, and I want to review it in order to show my appreciation to the person who held that giveaway, but I feel like it would be wrong to do it without doing Home Alone, so I'm getting this out of the way first, and then I'll be touching on that one later. So hey, that's why. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta show appreciation to somebody who does an awesome thing like that, right? So, speaking of this film, I absolutely love it. I feel like I don't really have to go too far into the plot of the film. I think it's pretty, first off, well known. People have seen this movie. I kind of feel like, but beyond that, I mean, the title kind of says it all. It's about a kid who gets left alone at Christmas time, right? So, the kid in question is played by Macaulay Culkin. And, I mean, he's an actor that is just straight out of my childhood. I mean, he was in a bunch of movies that I loved when I was a kid, including this. And I'm one of the people who really has a place in their heart for the movie The Good Son, one of the few movies where he's a complete jerk and does a great, I thought he always did a great job in that movie. I'd like to add it to my collection, in fact, one of these days. And I actually feel like this movie has a bit of a nugget in it that makes it so it's not so shocking that I think he did a pretty good job as a villain. Because if you ask me, when you watch this movie, especially now that I'm an adult, when I'm watching it in the beginning of this movie, man, Kevin McAllister is a bit of a jerk. I mean, yeah, I mean, he's upset that he didn't get the cheese pizza, and his cousin Buzz or brother Buzz or whatever it is. I mean, there's so many McAllisters. Buzz goes and eats it all on him, and I can understand why he'd be upset. But the way he acts as a result of it, I mean, he gets called a jerk, and I gotta tell you, he's a bit of a jerk. I mean, I could absolutely understand why everybody's mad at him, especially that it's on the day before they're going to go on a holiday, and it's Christmas time, and his mom is trying to really get to him, and he's just an absolute jerk to her. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a kid. Kids do this. I get that, but he's not the most likable guy. But then once everything changes, his family's gone. I mean, you're right there with him throughout the rest of the film. I mean, seeing him kind of fend for himself, where he goes out and gets the groceries, and he starts to mature and all that stuff. I thought that was very well done, and I was made a lot more effective because he is a jerk at the beginning. I think it's a very well told story in that regard, and it's really, really cool to have him be there, where he's just kind of like this genius madman, this mad scientist of concepts, where he's making all these booby traps, and he has it so he's looking like it's a party and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know about you, but I remember when I watched this movie as a kid, wishing I could come up with ideas that awesome, and watching them now, I still think pretty great. Then you have, of course, you have the Wet Bandits, and the number one of the two is Joe Pesci's character. I believe he is he Marv or Harry? I think he's Marv. Like, don't quote me on that. I'm just gonna take it real. Oh no, I was wrong. He's Harry. Son of a. But I think he does a great job. I mean, he's definitely the least likable of the two of the Wet Bandits, and he, he's the brain of the operation. And so when you see him get his comeuppance, it's a little bit more juicy and fun, because you're like, oh, that guy really deserves it. I mean, they're both doing horrendous things for sure, and taking advantage of people and ruining people's lives and all that kind of stuff. But he's even a jerk to his petty buddy Marv. So I mean, he's Joe Pesci. He's pretty good at playing a jerk. He does a great job in this movie. And then Daniel Stern as the aforementioned Marv. I mean, it's just he somehow manages to be absolutely lovable, even though he's frightening this child, which is, I think, quite the accomplishment. But at the same time, it's equally fantastic when you see him get his just desserts. And these guys, I mean, they both do such a marvelous job of looking like they're being brutalized on film. It's just such a good time. And then you have the parents of Kevin, which is played by Catherine O'Hara, an actress who I've loved since I was a child and first discovered SCTV, and John Hurt, an actor who sadly recently passed away, and they really do feel like the matriarch and patriarch of this family, and you can really feel the love that they have for Kevin, while at the same time you can see why in this film, at least, why he gets left behind. I mean, it's understandable given the situation. I mean, you think that they'd want to check on things themselves, but I mean, let's be real. I'm a parent. I mean, there are definitely times where I depend on my mom or my wife or whoever to be keeping an eye on my child. So I thought that was well defined, and then you really feel the connection between mother and son as the film progresses, and the way where all of a sudden she senses that something's amiss, and then comes to this moment of realization, and how far she'll go to get back to him as early as possible. I mean, she, despite the fact that it has been irresponsible, is very lovable, which I think is a real strength of the writing of the film, because otherwise you could have been feeling like, man, those parents are awful. And then the Buzz, who's another one of the family members, I mean, he comes off like the perfect older brother that everybody would be happy that they didn't have. I mean, like I said, I had two older brothers, and they were nowhere near anything like Buzz, but there were definitely times as a child where I felt like they were pretty Buzz-like, and I mean, looking back on it, they were just kids like anybody else. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have older siblings, you can probably relate to the way Kevin feels about Buzz throughout the film. And I mean, the actor who plays him just went to the nines. But for me, I mean, the end all be all of this film, and I wish he was in it more. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, how much I love John Candy as an actor, and how I'm still really desperately trying to find Cool Runnings on Blu-ray. So if you're out there and you know, if you have a copy of it, you can send my way for a trade. Please, again, hit me up in that comment section, or in the private message one. But anyways, I absolutely love his character, and then every time he starts playing polka, and the sincerity of the character. I mean, I think that was always one of the main things I loved about seeing John Candy on film so much, is just his innate sincerity whenever he was playing a character, no matter how different it was. I mean, I think that is one of his greatest abilities, as well as being absolutely hilarious, and he is definitely integral to the success of this film. And I mean, it works so well because you can really feel for Catherine O'Hara, where at first she seems like she's very annoyed by the never-ending polka music, but then by the end, where she's just so grateful and had developed this real kinship with John Candy's character. I think that's all well done. I mean, I absolutely love this movie. Then of course you have the old guy. I mean, that's a whole interesting thing, the whole concept of him being frightened of him and coming to know him better. And I will say this movie definitely has moments where there's a kid getting a little bit too close to people he doesn't know, and obviously it works out well in both films, but it's a little iffy. But I mean, I thought his character was very, very well written as well, and I really liked how they ended up playing his character off, where it does come to his aid, and where he ends up with his family and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I just think this is a very well told film overall. I enjoyed it a great deal. So those are my thoughts on Home Alone. Let me know in the comment section below what you think, if you're a fan of it, if you hate it, if you somehow hate it. I mean, how could you hate Home? What? You hate Home? No. No. Other than that, please hit that like button, hit that share button. It makes it much more likely that other people will come check out this review and let me know what they think, which is something I absolutely love, because I love talking to people about films. And speaking of which, if you're new here, you just haven't done it yet, please hit subscribe, hit the notification bell to let you know when I put out a new video. You can come check it out, and then after that, have yourself a good day. Bye.